Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm George. This is the Model Railroad Show, and today we are doing a little scenery work on the railroad. So yeah, as you can see, I am not at the desk. I am over here at the layout doing a little bit of scenery work and going to answer a couple of questions about scenery. I'm going to show you how I lay down some Sculptamold and get addressed into a part of the layout that I thought I was going to get more done on, but logistically I'll explain to you why I cannot. And we're gonna probably just get some scenery base painted. We're gonna hopefully get a little ballast laid and show you some Sculptamold that I put down and some terrain forms that I did. All right, so let's get into it. Let's turn around. Let's get over to the layout. All right, so just switching sides here. This is a bunch of scenery that you see. My warehouse is gone, and I could show you right now. Number one enemy of model railroads is dust. Just no way to prevent it, especially when you are in a basement, unfortunately. And I had some remodeling work done upstairs about a year ago. I haven't really gotten this part of the layout cleaned up. Most of it was covered. So first thing you got to do is get the layout vacuumed, vacuum up the layout, get all the dirt and the debris and everything away and cleaned up. And you can see here I'm using my little shop vac. I'll leave a link down below in Amazon. You need a little shop vac. There's no reason to have one of those big old shop vacs. We all have limited space in our layout room. All right, and come and look over here. This is where essentially the trains disappear into staging. All right, and I have limited room, so eventually this road is going to kind of disappear off into the backdrop. I'll have some trees here in front of this. There'll be some loading here. This is all going to be pavement transitioning into some grass. And then so I needed a bridge. I need something for the trains to disappear behind, so I've got some bridge abutments there. I have them in and weathered with some chalk. All right, and I filled the Sculptamold in. And you can see this bridge here is basically going to sit like that. I wanted it not just wide enough that it needed to be. And the other thing is, this is not NMRA height. So on this layout, I could never run a double stack and get that under there. But newsflash, I'll never be running that kind of stuff in this layout, and it is what it is. That's how I set it up. So what I originally wanted to do was get in this scenery and get everything in here and get it painted. But that is got to happen in order, because what I need to do is, before I glue this bridge in and get everything set up, I need to take care of this track that's disappearing into staging. So I need to get all of that ballasted, and I'm going to get some paint laid down as well while I'm at it. Couple of big questions about scenery. Someone dropped in a comment, what happens when you put marker like grids on your layout? So a couple of us have done this. I'm one person who did this. I did this in red. It's like worst case. And it seeps right through your scenery. It's unbelievable how a red marker will seep through that much glue and everything. So a couple of things that I have done. One thing that I have done to really get this under control was in this area here. And this is a mess, don't mind me, because I'm doing all kinds of stuff on this layout this week. I put down some really thin, and you can see it here on the edges, really thin Smooth It from Woodland Scenics that I tinted essentially black with acrylic paint. And there were grids that run all the way through here. You can see there's a line here, and you can see when this comes through, you cannot see that line at all. All right, there was another line that came down through here, and you can't see a line anywhere in there. So that seems to have taken care of the problem. So that's one thing that I've done that has eradicated the issue. You can see here when you just paint over it, the paint just comes right through. All right, so on this other side where I've laid some paint, some Sculptamold. I put some Sculptamold down. It did come through the Sculptamold. The Sculptamold will suck that color up like no tomorrow. You can see here, in this area, I have that black. Smooth it. All right. And again, you cannot see the lines coming through there. So it has worked out really, really well. Now, why smooth it instead of just using like plaster or drywall, mud? I've used Smooth It on this railroad quite a bit. I've laid down quite a bit of it, and it's never cracked on me. And I worry about, I've seen people online use regular drywall and it's cracked, especially when you're getting it that thin. The Smooth It you can get really thin and it's really stable. And somebody might come on here and say, well, it's the same stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it may be the same stuff, but it does behave differently. And I've gotten it really thin. It does not crack, so that's what I'm going with. It's, it's obviously more expensive than drywall mud, but it's still not bad. Real quick though, before we get started, I wanted to show you the type of Sculptamold I use. It's kind of clumpy and dry, and it takes, like I said, just mix it till you work with it. It's better to be wetter than it is to be too dry. Because if it's too dry and it's not real moist, it's probably not going to bind up real well. So it's better to have it a little soupier, I feel like, and then go down from there. And this is Amico Sculptamold Modeling Compound. I have no idea where I bought this. This is a huge bag. It's lasted me quite a while. And you see the big old bag there. And I'm about probably a little more than halfway through it. I'll see if I could find a link on Amazon for this. But again, I'm not sure where I got this one. I might have been at a hobby store, might have been at a train show. It was a long time ago. But this is the one I use, and I kind of like it. One last thing I decided to try here is I had some of this Stone Gray Woodland Scenics Earth Color Liquid Pigment. And just trying to come up with a couple of ways to show you online to see if this works. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but what I did was I laid down this stone pigment over this line. You can still kind of see it through the stone pigment a little bit. Especially over here, you can still see it through the stone pigment a little bit. A very tiny bit. You can see it's subtle. Probably something not most people are going to notice, but definitely something you're going to notice, and it is your railroad. So I'm going to see, even though you can see it through this pigment, if that pigment sealed it enough that you won't see it. And we'll see. And that's why I left this one uncovered completely. Just black paint over it is what I painted this whole side of the layout with. And we'll see how, this way it'll give you an idea of how that behaves versus if the pigment actually does anything. Okay, so getting to the scenery. That I did here. This is, I needed, like I said, someplace for these trains to disappear when they come off of the, when they're going into staging, they're coming out of staging. So this is my solution here. And I want to have, obviously, this is all going to be scenic coming out of here. This is going to be a nice hill with some trees going up. There'll be a road there, probably a factory. This is a stand-in. This is I'll probably build a flat there for that. But in the time being, these I ordered these online and put them on basically foam core board to have them stiff and cut them out. So they're great stand-ins. You can see I have a few of them over here. You've seen them in the past. They do look good in the background. And I have a few pieces of foam here. My usual foam. Did a whole video on that. I will link that up above. And I have some Sculptamold. Now, I could have done this a lot of different ways. I actually just filled this whole thing in with Sculptamold. There is some pieces of foam block filler in there, but it's mostly Sculptamold. Took a while for something like this to dry. It took probably about 4 or 5 days for it to completely cure. All right. And the thing about Sculptamold is there's no real recipe for it. You can see me here. I'm mixing it And just so you can see the consistency, I basically like to get it reasonably thin. I don't care how long it takes to dry. This is a game of patience, model railroading. So I'm more concerned about how it goes down and the texture and everything that it looks like. Now with Sculptamold, I kind of feel like after you lay it, you're gonna hang out for a little bit, and as it's not gonna cure, but as about 20 minutes or so goes by, you can start to smooth it out and give it a smoother surface, because depending upon the type of Sculptamold you buy, it can be a little like real powdery, and it's a mess to work with, especially when it comes out of the bag. Probably safety note, you should probably wear a mask or something when you work with Sculptamold, because there's just crap everywhere, but safety third. All right, and then this is going to be a road. This road is going to wrap off and it's going to go down that way. Future layout extension over there, but that is for another year to come. All right, so that's it. Essentially what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get all of this painted up, and I'm going to tape off my track. All right, taping off the track is essential. You always have to tape off the track. I have some painter's tape here that I'll use to tape off this track. I like the thinner stuff. It allows me to still protect the track and get kind of close to the roadbed with the paint. All right, and it also goes around the curves a little bit better. So I'm going to tape off all of this. I'm going to get this paint open, and I hope this paint is still good. And we'll see where we're headed from there, and we'll see what happens with these marker lines and how all this goes. All right, like I said, I like using this thin tape. Comes down, protects the track pretty well. You just got to make sure you get it a little centered so that you are covering the ties. And I prefer to do this in big old long pieces so it comes up. Some people will use masking tape for this. I feel like you don't necessarily need to use masking tape. I don't like the fact that masking tape leaves a little bit of a residue on the track. I feel like even this painter's tape, if left, can leave some residue on the track. Therefore, I take it off when it's done, when I'm done with it. So I try not to make this a week-long process. Looking good. I'll finish this up. You don't need to watch me do the rest of this, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I got the paint shook up. We're gonna start laying some paint down here. I like to get this nice and thick. This foam has been down for a while, and I feel like foam really just sucks up some paint. And I may put more than one coat on here. I may not. I do not know yet. You see, you want to, the way the Sculptamold goes, you just want to make sure you're being pretty liberal with the paint so that you're getting everything on there in like the little nooks and crannies. Some people use watered down paint for this. I don't know. I think it's fine just using latex, as long as you're paying attention and you get it down. All right, so I'm going to finish this up, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like in a minute. So yeah, there you go. Got this whole thing painted. What some people would do now while this paint is wet is they would sprinkle on some of their initial scenery covering. I am not a fan of that. I don't like to do that. I feel that sometimes this paint pigment gets sucked up into that scenery foam. I like to let this dry, and then I'll come back, and then we'll start to add layers of scenery. In the meantime, I'm just going to let this all dry up. And once it's dry in a couple of hours here, I will remove the tape, and then we'll move on to getting some of this ballasted. All right. All right. So giving this some time to dry, probably where I may leave it for the night now. Just want to show you what it looks like. Got some paint on there, and as I said, once I'm done painting and that paint dries, I just pull the painter's tape right off the track. I've never had this type of painter's tape, this blue tape, leave any residue on the track, but I also don't, I don't need it there any longer than it needs to be there. All right, so I'll give you a quick look and see what this looks like, and give you the verdict on these markers. So here we go. You can see, looking good. I just set the bridge and the abutments back for the time being. Sculptamold looks good. I got some white sticking through, but I'll get that covered up. You know, little spots like there. Um, it's you know, not worth really thinning my paint out for. I can either touch that up with some hobby, like acrylic paint. But basically what I'm going to do is get some of this scenery here figured out. Now, as you said, when I tried that pigment, as I kind of suspected, this is where I put the pigment. The pigment did not cover up that mark. All right, that line. And this is basically the line painted over with 2 coats of paint. So you can see, I mean, there's no amount of paint that you're going to put on this stuff that's gonna fix you here. So that's why I'm just gonna go back to my smooth it, darkened with the tint. That seems to cover up, and I mean, I'll show you that when I actually come back and do that. Hitting it with that smooth it to get those lines out. But you can see the I had the tint on all of this, and I mean, the paint could be a little thicker there, but it's on there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it here for the time being. And just the base layer of, you know, showing you how the Sculptamold gets mixed, getting this base paint. This is just indoor. I didn't say this before. This is just indoor latex paint from Lowe's. You can get this in any you know, shade of brown you desire. I went with this kind of lighter shade of brown. I feel like it's easier to maybe darken scenery up than it is to lighten it up. And I don't like the look of when scenery just gets, like, the scenery gets too dark. So again, this is just a nice base color. It's just the start, and it'll come together pretty good. All right, so thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up, ring the bell, and let me know how you would build this type of plateau, this type of scenery, if you use Sculptamold, if you use all foam. Some people carve out foam. I'm just as well. Get the Sculptamold, get going, get mixing. And hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to see more content. And I'll catch you in the next one. Later.